Often without us realizing, children hear and see the news around us, and we don't always know the impact of that. So in this video, what I want to talk about is how to talk to children about sensitive news, information, and all sorts of other elements too, to support you with having those difficult conversations at home, to twist it from more of a negative into a positive, to help children reframe their thoughts and to create a positive environment to talk about these things. So we're going to understand how to talk to children about sensitive topics. To start off with, children see and hear the news every day. We, as adults, often want to protect children from some of the challenges happening in the world around them, but we can't always protect them from everything. They might hear certain stories in the car on the way to school. They might see a poster up around advertised. They might even have challenging conversations in the playground that they're in. So it's really important that we just have that awareness of that fact. Unfortunately for some children, because we don't talk about these things, it can have a negative impact on things like anxiety, where children perhaps don't feel that they have a full understanding of what's going on, which can make children feel nervous. Adults provide support. Caregivers, not just parents, are there to help children feel safe and informed about the current affairs that are going on around them. The conversations that we have help children build empathy for the world around them, helping them shape their wider perspective and influences their ability to understand things in the future. The timing that we have these talks is key. We might often want to have these challenging conversations late at night, but we might also think that those conversations might unfortunately keep children up at night. So the way we frame these conversations often should be early in the morning, so that children have chance to reflect, to think, to ask those questions that they might have thought of later on, so that they're not going to bed with potential worries. Understanding news depth for children. It's really important then that depending on the age of the child, we tailor the way that we deliver the news based on the age. So the conversations that you have with slightly older children, perhaps older Key Stage 2, will be completely different to those in Key Stage 1. It will help them understand the message without feeling overwhelmed. When you have these challenging conversations, try to use simple language for younger children, focusing on key themes while avoiding complex terminology that might confuse them. To support with this, Picture News creates a feelings board to help children understand the feelings that they might be having, to help them with sharing those, and that's available within our Picture News packs. You can also offer context and discussions. For older children, provide context and encourage discussion, allowing them to express their thoughts and ask questions for deeper understanding. And that then goes back to the timing, giving children that time to think about stories as they're shared. Encourage emotional expression. It's really important that you talk and share your feelings. You might want to put a positive spin on things, and you might want to be a little bit more cautious about the way that you share those feelings. However, it's also important to acknowledge that those feelings for yourself exist, so that your children feel okay to share those feelings too. Use tools. As I mentioned previously, Picture News creates an emotional response grid to support children with those feelings. I'll put a link in the description to that emotional response grid so that you can perhaps have those challenging conversations too. It's really important then that you have those conversations to support children, and some younger children will find it easier to hold pictures up, perhaps to match things to stories that they feel. It's also okay to validate the emotions that children might feel. For example, in the morning, they might feel a certain way and you're not quite sure, and you'll know your child best. It's important to acknowledge those feelings that children have without any judgment or criticism, perhaps based on things that they've heard or seen, as we said at the start of the video. It's really important then, as you're hearing these things, to model calmness, demonstrate that reassuring response during those discussions, focusing on kindness and hopeful actions. Where you can, try to balance out challenging conversations and news stories with those that are more positive. We know that the news can be full of doom and gloom, but Thankfully, there's places that you can go to that are full of positive news stories so that you can have a talk about those. And the same conversations that we've just had about those negative feelings and letting children share their thoughts will be just as crucial for the positive stories. Look for examples of kindness and support. Some of the weird, wonderful and wacky stories that you hear out there in strange parts of the world. Those uplift children and show them the goodness in the world, because we believe that that is crucial to showcase too. And there's a lot of that goes unreported. Picture News does a fantastic job of showcasing all of the different positive news stories that we see regularly. So make sure you check out our resources and also subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on more of our news stories that we showcase regularly. Share acts of courage. Try to highlight those bravery and resilient stories. They illustrate the strength of individuals, helping children understand that challenges can also be overcome. Finally, encourage community involvement. Try to inspire children to think about helping others, fostering a sense of responsibility and empathy, and strengthening their connection to the community. This is a really important one, because just as children have those challenging discussions with other people about challenging news stories, they can also do the same about these positive news stories too, really giving them a good grasp of things going on in the world. I hope this video has been useful to support you with having some of those challenging conversations, supporting you with focusing on feelings, helping children understand things, and giving children a safe space to ask questions safely. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, but also, like 98% of people who watch this, don't be that person that doesn't subscribe to this channel. Give it a click so that you can see more videos of what we do in the future. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one.